Right, okay. So today I'm welcoming a very good friend of mine, Elaine Walsh McGrath. Lovely to see you today, Elaine.
Thank you so much, Louise.
So what I want to do this morning is just to, or even get it right, it's this afternoon, just where's my day going already? Is just to ask you some questions about what you do and why you're doing it. So we've all got a background before we come to what we do today. What brought you to where you are?
Well, here's the thing. What I do is I help people to grow their business. So, that's pretty generic, isn't it? So, what I think about is that we all network, and I absolutely adore networking. Because you get to talk to people and you hear more about them and you get to know them. And then you hopefully either look them up or you refer them, or you recommend them. And so the piece that I really help people with is when that happens, when they get that recommendation and someone goes and Googles them, searches for them, the piece that happens next is largely they come up in a search. And one of the things that really comes up really high in search is a LinkedIn profile. So you might have seen it yourself. There's quite a few Elaine Walshes, but only one Elaine Walsh McGrath.
Oh, definitely, I can vouch for that.
Oh, canter. But anyway, but they come up on LinkedIn. So then you go in and have a look at the person that you think it is. So what I always say to people is when someone searches for you and they go onto your LinkedIn profile, does it actually say what you said you did at networking? And would it really show you off to the best of your ability, where it goes, yeah, okay, I want to actually book a discovery call with this person. I want to talk to them about their services, because quite often what I find when I'm working with my clients is they just haven't thought through the consistency of that. So, they're brilliant at what they do. They give people amazing services. They're so talented, but they just fall down in the piece that they actually have control over, which is their profiles and how they're showing up online. So I help them with that.
It's funny you should mention that, Elaine, because I actually had two inquiries come through this morning. The first thing I do is I put them in and look at what their profile is. And actually, one of them didn't come up at all anywhere apart from Companies House. I couldn't find anything on them whatsoever. Their LinkedIn profile had nothing on other than their name, and that was it. And the other person was very similar. So it's so important when people are looking at you to see if you're a proper business as to what your online presence is.
It's so true, Louise. And that's the thing, it's not just from authority or credibility, like a legitimate business perspective. That's like your basic hygiene. It's because people really buy feelings and emotion, and they want to work with people who they know they're going to get good advice from, that they enjoy spending time with. And that's why you need some kind of online presence that goes, not only am I who I say I am, but I'm really lovely. Or I'm really trustworthy, or I am just whatever it is in the category that I work in, because nobody wants a funny accountant. Do you know what I mean? So you have to be you have to be the kind of person that they need for exactly what they're going to buy. And that's what I do. I help people with that, to go, okay, looking at this from an objective perspective, are you putting your best foot forward? And the reason that I came to this is because in 2017, when I had my gorgeous little daughter, she had a postnatal diagnosis of Down syndrome. So I used to work in advertising. So I used to work on big, huge brands like L'Oreal and Burger King and Colgate and Chanel, just across the spectrum of different big advertisers. I had so many years, lots of years of experience helping those big brands get seen, you know. But when I had Shifra, that, which means Queen of the Fairies, and by God, she is a Queen of the Fairies, I can tell you. When I had Shifra, I just slowly but surely realized, after I stood at many outpatient admissions queues going, oh my goodness, another appointment, right? Gosh, I have to go see her physio as well, and this and that and the other. It's like, where am I going to fit my busy career into? Like this, you know, this just is not going to work, you know. I'm just going to end up more stressed, and this is just not going to be the life I want, you know.
So that meant that you then started your own business, what, about 5 years ago?
I did. Well, no, I had notions, as we'd say in Ireland, notions. So I went in the opposite direction at first, I must admit, Louise. So initially, I think I just needed a creative reset, you know. And I retrained as a kids yoga teacher. And I just needed just to really throw off my old shell, you know, and go, oh, in a way, looking back, hindsight is 2020, looking back, I think I was kind of daring myself and going, go back to advertising, would you? No, you won't. You know, I'm going to make sure you can't. You're going in the opposite direction, right? But what happened? What happened was yoga teachers started asking me for social media advice. You know,
it was meant to be.
It was meant to be, Louise. So I ended up giving yoga teachers advice on their content, you know, and then one person knows another person, and then I start, you know, teaching people about like how to communicate and how to improve their content as a small business. And then the great thing is I'm not back to where I started. I have a great balance. So, for example, I'm bringing Shifra to the dentist today, her first dental appointment. I've had like 3 different client meetings today, which are fantastic because I've helped people grow their businesses today. And I've got the best of both worlds. That's what life is for me. That's what I was dreaming of when I decided to be a kids yoga teacher. But crazy. But you know, I'm much better fit to help people to grow their business using LinkedIn and using other content, because I've done it for my own business. And that's kind of what makes me that little bit different, you know, from your typical marketing consultant who comes out from an agency and tells people you need to do this and you need to do that. I've actually walked the walk of a small business, and you know, I've built sales pages, and I have taken the action that small businesses need to take in order to grow their business. So
you mentioned you've got a couple of different workshops and courses coming up. One of them is LinkedIn to Leads. What's that about?
Yeah, LinkedIn to Leads. Oh, I'm so excited about that. That's going to be my new group program. And I'm going to run a beta round of that towards the end of June, where people can, there's only going to be 10 people. So it's going to be a really lovely, intimate group course called LinkedIn to Leads. And it's got 3 parts to it because it's going to be over 3 months. One is really just getting clarity so that you have a really strong 5-star LinkedIn profile, so that when this happens, like happened to you today, and you go and search for people, instead of nothing turning up, a really good, strong profile will show up with the right title, a good about section, proper experience, a decent photo.
I need to send these people to you, I think.
Yeah. Send them to me, Louise. Send them to me. The second part is working on the kind of content that works on LinkedIn. And then the third part is learning how to go from good profile, good content through to actually reaching out to people in direct messages in a non-icky way, so that you can get people on a discovery call so that you can help them, so that you can discuss what problems they're facing and evaluate whether you can actually sign them up as a client so that you can help them. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Have you got another workshop? Because I know you do quite a lot of them, you know, monthly one-offs. Have you got anything coming up?
I have a webinar coming up on the 7th of June, which is a content that converts on LinkedIn. It's a free masterclass, actually. And I do those really often. So the best thing to do is to visit my website, which is Elaine Walsh McGrath. .com. Gosh, I had to think about that for a second. It's my name with .com. Yes, it shouldn't be hard, should it?
Not be .co.uk, is it?
I know, that's why I was like, what? No, it is .com. And I always put my webinars up there. And, you know, sometimes what people want to do is actually work with me one-to-one. They want to get the results faster, and they want the solution worked up in a more bespoke way, to tackle a more bespoke issue. And, you know, I do that too.
Brilliant. So just repeat that website address. But of course, people can come to you on LinkedIn, which I'm sure you've got a brilliant LinkedIn profile.
They can, and look, you can find me on Wibben as well, you know. So yeah, it's www.ElaineWalshMcGrath.com.
That's brilliant.
So, yeah, and my email is really imaginative. It's Elaine@ElaineWalshMcGrath.com. So just reach out to me. I'll be delighted to talk to you.
Oh, brilliant. Lovely to talk to you today then, Elaine. Speak to you soon.
Thank you so much, Louise.